welcome to my newest series on my channel. And this is kind of in anticipation of Kerbal Space Program's 2 early access coming out in February. And that is going back and playing the original Kerbal Space Program. So this episode's going to be kind of part setup for that series, and then the first bit of missions. Excuse me if I have to kind of play around with some of the things in the first few episodes, whether that's sound levels, whether that's how to best edit things together. Editing for this may not be as straightforward as, say, XCOM or some other series. So I'll have to kind of figure that out as I go along, I think. So I asked for, on kind of both Discords that I'm a member of, that have people interested in my playthroughs, in theory, for Kerbal submissions. So I have some of those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the initial 4, Jeb, Val, Bill, and Bob, with kind of the top 4 submissions. Those are going to be the only ones that I give myself for free. Otherwise, I'll hire them from the Astronaut Center. But I am going to be doing a career. It's going to be... This is pretty heavily modded first. I'll try to find some way to put that mod list into the description. But it is going to be a career save. Let's give myself a flag. So let me kind of go through the things that I'm going to be changing. So I'm disabling missing crews to spawn. I'm increasing science rewards by quite a bit. I think I set it to... my kind of test playthrough, I think I had it set to 200. I'm dialing down a bit to 170. Part of that is to try to reduce the amount of grinding I have to do to get through the tech tree. 200 actually felt pretty good, but I'll dial it back a little bit. Reputation, I don't know if it matters that much, but I'm setting that up to 150. And funds, I'm setting to 130. So that's just kind of an attempt to try to reduce the sheer amount of grinding that one kind of has to do. Everything else, I'm allowing reverting flights. It's something I'm going to try to avoid doing, but it's kind of there just in case. Quick loading, same thing. Quick loading especially might be something where I might treat it as kind of a simulation, where I quick save, do a quote-unquote simulation, and then quick load back to where I was. Enable comms network. Yeah, no entry purchase on research. That I always kind of find that dumb. I mean, you have the research. And you have to pay for the individual parts anyway, so why have to pay for the parts just to get them, to buy them again? Advanced, let's see. I'm doing enable part pressure limit, part G-force limit, Kerbal G-force limit. Require signal for control and plasma blackout. So I am gonna need signal satellites and stuff like that, which is something I'm not really used to building. I mean, I've kind of built them before. I've needed them before, just to be like, haha, these are my communication satellites. But I don't think I've ever really played them or used them very much in a game where I've actually needed them. A click-through blocker, I think I just turn off show pop-up at start. Contract configurator. So I disable orbital construction contracts. Because these are ones I never use but always seem to get a lot of. Turn off surveys. Disable vessel repair contracts. Things like tourism, I guess I'll keep. And that's probably fine. And I think that's it. All the other things I need to change, I have to do in-game. But if you want kind of a brief rundown of the major mods I have, I'm using Community Tech Tree. Let's see. I'm using some of the visual mods. Kerbal Attachment System, Kerbal Construction Time, Kerbal Inventory System. I'm using KRASH, which, because Kerbal Construction Time doesn't have the simulation anymore, so that's why I'm using KRASH, because that still does it. I'm using all the near future, or most of the near future parts. I don't know if it's exactly all. One of the things that I'm really doing for the first time, even just playing around, is I'm using the Outer Planets mod, which is a plugin to Kopernicus, I think. I've seen other people use it, but this is my first time really using it, so I have no idea how to get out to any of those planets or anything, so that's going to be interesting. I'm using state-funded funding continued. And my thought on that is, while contracts in my test run, contracts were able to keep me funded pretty well in the early game. I'm just more concerned about the later game, when the contracts we get maybe when I want to do more freestyle stuff than what the contracts want me to do, I guess. And that's, oh, and I'm using USI life support as well. So, it's my first time really doing a career with life support as well. So that should be interesting. I am using several other mods, but they're more, I guess, kind of run-of-the-mill stuff, whatever. All right. Oh, wait. Let's not name it default. Fleet YouTube 2223. All right, so this is the government contract stuff. So I think I'm just going to do the USK. Thanks, I've got it. Right, Kerbal Construction Time. So I think I'm just going to use the default preset. So let's bin the upgrades. I very rarely use the SPH early on. I might start putting some stuff in there later. I mean, I just very rarely use it, just period. Honestly. But I usually dump about 2/3 of my points into the VAB and then the rest into science stuff. So I might put like, I might split it up like maybe 10 and 6. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then R&D, I'll kind of split these and give 3 each. So we got $40,000 in funding from the government to start off with. Now KRASH. I just set all of this to 0 because I'm kind of like, it's a simulation, it should be free. So atmospheric multiplier, whatever. It's still a cost option, I think. Continue sim if no cache. Obey launch pad limits, yeah. Because we want to know if we can actually get it out on the pad and stuff. Alright. And then there was life support that I needed to... set up, which... Do I have to be in the VAB to do that? I'm not sure. I have notes for what to change it to, but I'm not sure exactly what to change it to. Oh, there it goes. Okay, whatever. The only thing that I was going to change is the supply effect to KIA. So, if they run out of supplies, they will die. If they run out of electricity, they'll just be grouchy. They'll be grouchy if they're out for EVA too long. I thought about setting the hab effect to grouchy, but then I'm like... I mean... If they go on strike on, like, a space station around Joule or something, that's... that's kind of problematic. So I'll leave the hab effect alone for now. Maybe we'll change it later. But all the other stuff we kind of just leave. Alright, so next... I think... That's the wrong place. I think I have to fire them from here. So I will add our new Kerbals, and then I'll be right back. I think this is one place I will probably just edit out. Okay, I think I finally have things set up. Actually, when I went into the Kerbal, the mod to add Kerbals, it was actually charging me for Kerbals. So actually, this might be higher than normal. I didn't realize it was this high. But I had no money left. I could still add Kerbals, but it was still if I had money, it was still charging me. So I actually had to go in and give myself money to put this back to where it was, because I was not meaning to charge myself to give me my starting 4 Kerbals. So here we are. We have Jenny and Keiska as our 2 pilots. Oric as our scientist, Lillian as our engineer. Jenny is moderately courageous and stupid. Keiska is very cowardly, but apparently not stupid at all. Oric is like sort of kind of not very courageous and somewhat stupid. Lillian, very courageous, also quite stupid. So, there's our starting 4. So let's go into mission control and see what we have available. We have launch our first vessel. We'll obviously want to do that. Gather scientific data from Kerbin. We can do that. And I think we can only take 2 contracts right now, so... Oh, one thing, let me talk about my I guess, campaign principles, if you will. These are basically more or less house rules, if you will. Part clipping... part clipping is allowed within reason, and if it makes sense, so... I'm not going to just shove parts into other parts. But if I have to, like, clip it a tiny bit or something. Or, like, if there's a handle that ends up being stuck into the side of a thing and we can just kind of pretend that it's surface attached. Or something like that. You know, stuff like that. Minor clipping. But nothing like just shoving parts into each other. I think I've already kind of said this. I can quick save just in case, but I'll try not to reload or revert. In exchange, I can simulate all I want, both using the simulation mod and using quick save and quick load for the explicit purpose of simulation. I'll hire Kerbals from the top of the recruit list. Well, yeah, from now on, I guess it'll be, yeah. From now on, I'll hire from the top of the recruit list. Abide by astronaut complex crew limits. I'll then alter hire Kerbals to meet specs of the submitted Kerbals. The exception was the starting 4, which I just did. And then again, I'll probably rely on contracts early on, and then we'll see whether I end up having to rely on more of the government funding stuff later when I want to do more freeform stuff. Alright, so what contracts did we have? I think it was just launch and get science, so it should be fairly straightforward. Actually, we might be able to do some science first. Like, get science first. Yeah, like these tanks and stuff. Can we get both of these? Oh, we can't get science first. Well, I guess we'll start with the SRB then. We can't even decouple. Do we have any science that we can actually... Yes. We have mystery goo, which we can get, apparently. I'm gonna need... This Kerbal Engineer one is one where I'm like... This is one of those parts where if I shove it in the bottom, kind of whatever. Because it's kind of inside there anyway. It's one of the few parts that I'll just shove inside another part. Jenny, I guess. Congrats. Alright, so... we are going to name this the Olaroon 1. This is where Kerbal construction time comes in, because it actually takes time to build ships. So we will warp to complete. They may be flashing, so if for some reason you don't like flashing lights, you may wish to not look. There's going to be a lot of that. Alright, roll out to the pad, and then we'll probably just skip to morning here. Alright. Let's launch. Ginny's in the thing, as she should be. And I guess let's go. Flying at Kerbal. Keep experiment. Crew report flying over Kerbal's shores. Are we gonna land on the VAB? Almost. We should be okay. Oh wait, we can't EVA yet, that's right. And observe mystery goo from wherever we are. From the VAB. Alright. And recover vessel. That should have completed 2 contracts, I believe. We have 51 science. 2843 funds recovered. We have 175,000 funds already. And we got 1 XP. Alright. So let's start spending the science. Takes time for us to get this as well. So these are a bit better tanks. I think we can get 2 of these. So heat shields would be good. More science stuff would be good. Alright. So, yep, completed. Gather scientific data. And launch our first vessel. So, real shoot, cone shoot. Now the problem with some of these part tests, haul. Test the swivel. I mean, yeah, that's probably going to be on our next flight, so yes. Test decoupler. That's a pretty good speed speed range. So that's probably a pretty decent one. We're going to have to wait for the research to get done here. We might have more upgrades that we can spend. Yep. So yeah, we're going to have to wait for these prereqs. Oh, I don't actually care about the reconditioning here. What's... Okay. It's like, what's taking time here? I haven't really used the in-game timer that much, so I usually use Kerbal alarm clock, so. I probably could have just seen whatever was last. Well, I don't know if they were all listed. Oh, we still have one more. All right. So we don't need that. The contracts were TD12 decoupler. Which, that's the only decoupler we have, so good. And the swivel engine. So as long as we get up to 19,000 to 24,000, which hopefully we will with this, maybe I'll put on another engine just, or another tank just in case. Is there other science we can throw on here? There is. So this would be the Olaroon 2. Now, I thought I had notes about what buildings I might want to upgrade first. Because getting EVAs would be... That's not what I wanted. So that's just strategies. Kerbals can disembark... Or only on Kerbin. Okay, that might still be okay for now. So let's build this ship. Kerbal Alarm Clock doesn't really do anything per se, but I always like it for kind of the realism, so that, you know, I'm not going from my first launch on day 1 to like flying to Duna on like day 20, you know, it's just how it often goes. When you're just playing straight through. Alright. Warp to Sunrise again. I think we'll send Keska on this one. Alright. So we have crew report from the launch pad. Log temperature from the launch pad. Pressure from the launch pad. Now we can EVA this. Let's take the crew report so we can actually do another one. Let's observe mystery goo from the launch pad. All right. Contracts. So yes. Let's go, I guess. More science. Did that contract. Think we can get to 19,000 here? Oh yeah, we're already... And both tests are completed. Now, upper atmosphere. Okay. We can't get out and take these, unfortunately, yet, because we can't EVA while we're up here. And we'll time warp until we're closer to the ground here. There's the moon. Oh, I forgot to, I guess that's fine. Take data. Take data. Oh, only externally by. Okay. Did I do an EVA report before? I can't remember if I did. Now we can log temperature from Kerbin's water and pressure from Kerbin's water as well. And we can recover. these early missions are really about kind of building up science and your cache base. One XP. So now we can probably go in here and get more science stuff. Get some better rockets. Firework canisters, okay. So we can get one of these. So we should probably consider what we want. We're just exiting the atmosphere. These are our first life support stuff. I don't know why we get the huge ones first. We get the Science Junior here. We get some batteries, which might not be the worst thing. Let's do this. So if I do that, well, we still have a warp to complete here. It's like 5 days. Still kind of wonky. I probably should have looked at contracts. Oh, well. Alright. Probably escape the atmosphere next. I don't know if we're orbit neck quite yet. Test another one of these at the launch site. I mean, okay. It's pretty easy. It's not much money, but... I might have enough money. So I want to upgrade mission control and the tracking station in theory, so I can get like trajectory stuff. Orbits visible in map. Like that would be useful. Where's my... I know I had notes here of my own about what I wanted to... Oh, first buildings to unlock, yeah. So tracking station gives us patch, conics, maneuver nodes with mission control. Mission control, accept more contracts, maneuver nodes with the tracking station, astronaut complex. More Kerbals. Kerbals can EVA, which would be useful once we get up into orbit. And of course, the launch pad for bigger mass vehicles whenever we actually need that. So those are definitely going to be our first three things that we want to upgrade. So that's 75, 150, basically 300,000 total. Now, what does this what do these contracts give us money-wise? I know that one didn't give us much. 13,000 on completion. I mean, okay, I guess. Let's do this so we can EVA. If nothing else, we can grab science like while we're parachuting down. That might give us more opportunities to get even more science. We can place flags. That doesn't really matter, but whatever. That does take time. I don't know how much time. 15 days, apparently. Well, let's build our next ship while we're waiting on that. I don't know if this was enough to get us into orbit or not. Or not into orbit. I know it's not enough to get us into orbit. Into space. I'd have to imagine this is. Science. Although we do have this now that we need to kind of think about as well. Do we want to think about... we might want to. Heat shield? That's too small. Whoop. Oh, right. I don't think we have... No, we don't. Okay. I was thinking stabilizer... This allows... No, that's still only one crew. So, we still can't take a scientist with us. I kind of like 3,000-ish. I mean... I'd imagine this has got to be enough. But it's overbuild, and it doesn't cost that much money. We're still going to make a profit off of it. All right. I think I will wait for the EVA thing to get done. Which apparently isn't going to be much longer. Whoops. We can upgrade again. Okay. Okay. Roll out. And I think it's going to still be a couple days for that building upgrade to be done, if I'm not mistaken. 3 days. Hey, we have a new updated building. Woohoo! All right. So this is to get out of the atmosphere. I think Jenny will do this one again. Oh, wait. Where's my other contract? Or is it like already complete because I just went out there? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, like, give me this, please. Meh. Alrighty. We can probably do this up when we're up above the atmosphere. That'll give us the most science. I think we've already done all of this science stuff here, so let's just go. I probably should have thought about putting fins on this. But as long as I'm tilted a little bit, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Did I do these? I did that one. Okay, I did this one. Well, flying over shores, but not necessarily flying over other stuff. I'm gonna start leveling out here because we're already making it out, so... Okay, we still have a mystery goo there. Do we have a crew report from here? No, we don't. We should be okay EVing this high. Well, we're about to go into space anyway, so... data. EVA report above Kerbal's water. Take data. Take data. So this is just in space near Kerbal. It's not biome specific. Do another crew report here. In space. Jan. Now, we have yes, space near Kerbal. There's not a hell of a lot I can do until I kind of get back into the atmosphere here. So once we dip under 70, I'm going to quickly EVA out. Get an EVA report from here. Oh, let me... Come on. Take data. Board. We can do another crew report. I think we've done a mystery goo from here. Yes, it looks like it. Have we done temperature from here? Maybe? Upper atmosphere, yes, okay. Over Kerbal's water. Okay, we probably haven't done those. If we still... well, apparently we did the pressure one, but not the temperature one. Okay. So we'll probably get a mystery goo from water or something here. Ooh, that's gonna be close. A lot closer than what I wanted it to be. I think we already got pretty much whatever we wanted here, right? If I roll this, can I get like a surface sample? Not that I can tell. There. Okay. All right. Wait a little bit late to... that would be it. Killing our first Kerbal in the first episode or something. More science. So I think the thing I'm... Whoops. I didn't actually mean to go into it. This place is cool, by the way. So here are these other planets. We have Sarnis, Ulrum, Nidon, and Plock. And I think Elu's a moon of one of these. I'm not sure which. So I'm going to upgrade the tracking station, I think. I can probably buy most of these. Do we have more science stuff that we can get here? Actually, relay antennas might be a good idea, because I do want to start thinking about getting some of that stuff up. We have universal storage science stuff, which we might be able to think about. Ghetto blaster. This is like life support stuff. Let's get this. We shouldn't need life support stuff yet. But I want to say they can survive a week without anything. Which should be good enough to at least get them to the moon and back, most likely. These winglets might not be the worst. Alright. So our next goal is definitely going to be to orbit Kerbin, I think. We could probably actually upgrade this as well, honestly. I'll grab 2 of these. And then we should be able to grab more when... test heat shield in flight. Test heat shield splash down. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we should be able to do that, right? I have to run test option. Okay. We just have to be splashed down, which we most likely will be. So I'm going to grab this one. Alright, I think that is where I'm going to leave off for today. I'll probably go ahead and just run all of this stuff that I have to speed through between episodes. And yeah, so thank you for watching this first episode. None of the scientists and engineers didn't get to go up yet, but that's not really a surprise. I knew it was going to be mostly pilots for probably the first couple of episodes at least. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you here next time. on Kerbal Space Program.